As I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment if that's what you'd like to do. I don't mind. And yeah, I'll start your reading right now for Libra. So the first card you have for your past is the Three of Cups. Yeah, you know, this card's obviously about good times, parties, everything like that. I'm seeing someone not partying actually, but being really busy, doing a lot of fun things, and being determined to do fun things, you know, being determined to make an effort to go out, fill up their life, do all of that. I actually think this person might have been trying to get over you, or they were trying to get you out of their mind. That's what I'm seeing. And also quite kind of prove to themselves they were really happy without you, doing well without you, all of that kind of thing. So they were definitely thinking about you. I'm seeing that, but they weren't going to tell you. They never would want to tell you that. There's a lot of determination here to, you know, go out and have fun and fill up their life, but also to kind of to not talk to you, to make sure that they put you out of their mind. That's what they were really trying to do. There's friendship around this as well, so maybe you offered them friendship and they might have said yes initially, but I actually don't think it would have been possible for them to be friends with you. They really wanted more than friends with you. That's what I'm seeing there. And there was some kind of separation, I think, but I don't think it was a big falling out or anything like that. It's quite mixed up. I think there's a lot of backwards and forwards here, or there was, and yeah, there wasn't any great big fallout. I'm not seeing that. You know, if this is resonating, you're wondering why they're not around you or talking to you, but they're kind of, you're seeing pictures of them or whatever out having a fun time. This is why, you know, it's just too much for them to be engaging with you right now. It stresses them out and makes them too upset, or it was like that for them at this time. And they're just trying to put everything into having a good time to try and forget about you, or they were at this time. That's what I'm seeing in that card. The next card you have your past is the King of Wands. Yeah, there actually might have been a third party around this, maybe even more than once. You know, the King of Wands can be interested in more than one person at one time sometimes. And, you know, you have the Three of Cups as well, which can be about third parties. I am seeing some kind of a blending or blurring friendship with love. So I think there are a lot of, you know, blurred lines here. I think there was, I'm seeing a lot of going backwards and forwards between love and friendship and all of that. And maybe that's where this third party came in. You know, it might have been at a time where you were friends. It might be that, because again, I'm not seeing a big falling out. So it's not like you're with this person, one of you had a third party, and then you had a big argument and you split up. It wasn't like that. And so that's probably what was happening. This third party came in at some time when you were at a time when you were friends. So there's a lot of mixed up things going on in this kind of friendship, even if it was well, it might not have been a relationship, might have just been a friendship. I'm getting confused between the words friendship and relationship because of that, because it is so mixed up. I'm kind of getting my words mixed up, because was it a friendship? Was it a relationship? I think nobody was really quite sure exactly what it was, because there was so much backwards and forwards. But this person definitely wanted more than a friendship. That's what I'm seeing. And I think that at times they might have gone to ask you, but they were afraid to kind of ask. That they wanted more because they didn't want to spoil what you already had, and they didn't want to lose you altogether. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, even with the separation, there was a lot of blurring around this. I'm not seeing a clean break at all. And they didn't want a clean break anyway. They didn't want any break really, but they weren't telling you that. I think they wanted to show you that by showing that they were happy and more than happy being by themselves, but they weren't happy being by themselves. That's what I'm seeing. So I hope that makes sense to you, because it's very, very mixed up, because I think this was a very mixed up friendship or relationship. I still can't quite work out what it was, because it's so kind of messy and mixed up. So the last card you have your past is the King of Pentacles. I'm seeing some kind of recovery, but I think this was a financial recovery, if that makes sense. I think you suffered a financial hit, and I think that happened in the first half of this year. And I'm seeing you having to, you might have even had to sell something, something quite big, to get some money back. And I think now you're starting to get all of that back, earn all of that back or something. You're getting that money back somehow. I'm actually seeing a side business or something like that. And I think you had a business once. This is what I'm seeing. You had a business once or something, and you had to close that down for some reason or stop it for some reason. It might have had something to do with finances, or it might, actually, I think it might have had something to do with paperwork, official paperwork. It was something like that. But now I think you're starting to get back into that old business, or maybe, most probably, you're starting a whole new business again. So, because this is all new. So I think, I think you really learned from whatever happened to you before in this old business or whatever this was. And I'm just getting this feeling that whatever this is completely different. It's totally different, and it feels different to you. A whole new different feeling around this for you, this business. So if this is resonating, the way you feel is always a really good indication of how things are going to go for you. And you also have the King of Pentacles. So yeah, it's going to be hard work like everything is, but it's going to be a success. I can see that. And don't be angry, but I'm seeing you feeling a lot more, being a lot more organized at this time. And I think you'll probably eventually also have someone else around you helping you with things, helping you to be organized or organizing things for you. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, the first card you have here present is the Page of Wands. So yeah, you might still be in the planning stages of this business. I'm definitely seeing some travel around this, and I'm definitely seeing progression moving forward and things becoming a success for you eventually. I'm seeing that around in this card. Yeah, I don't think this is far away travel, and a lot of your work in this is going to be done online, I think, but there is also some travel around this. And I think doing this thing's really going to help you to grow in a lot of ways, not just financially, but personally. This page is looking up toward these leaves, toward the growth. So you're really going to grow. Now, there are going to be some times when you're doing this where you want this growth to happen a lot faster. You might even feel a little bit trapped sometimes, trapped in things, wanting to break out, wanting things to happen faster, a bit like this King of Pentacles who's covered in vine leaves. He's kind of a little bit trapped by the vine leaves, but yeah, this is all going to happen at the right pace, and it's all going to happen at the right time. So don't stress around this. If things are going slow, it's the right thing. If they're going fast, it's the right thing. I'm also seeing you teaching something, so you might end up doing some kind of teaching or training if you're not already. It's almost like the feeling I get around this is that you're like a student, or you feel like a student, and then eventually you're going to progress, and then you're going to become some kind of teacher or trainer or mentor eventually. And again, this is all going to happen gradually, but in the meantime, you are going to recover that money that you lost. Again, I'm seeing that here, recovery and pushing forward and getting somewhere. So that's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have here present is the Seven of Swords. Yes. I think this might actually be about how someone sees you. Now, whoever this is, I think they have a really kind of a very strict right and wrong view on things. It might be that they're really religious or something like that. I think they have a very hard line view of everything, really, rules around everything. I think this is a relative. I think that this actually might be a parent. And I think this thing that you did that made them have this attitude toward you, I think it might have gone against the way you were brought up or the way they taught you or something like that. Now, a lot of times passed since whatever this was happened, and to your mind it wasn't even anything bad either, but I think every time you have to see this person, things are really strained or they're really difficult because of whatever happened and their attitude toward that, really. And I think at this time you might be anticipating seeing them quite soon, actually. So that's why this is all coming up as a little bit of stress for you. And there's some travel around this as well. I'm seeing you have to travel to some kind of family event, or, you know, it might just be that you need to visit family. But there's a group of people around them. So it's not just them, there are other people around. And sadly, I don't think they'll ever change their view, whatever view they have of you. I think whatever this was really made an impact on them. And yeah, the big thing for them around this is that, you know, I think you shattered a certain image that they had of their family, if that makes sense. They kind of lost a bit of face. It's almost a bit like, you know, what would the neighbours think or something like that. It's that kind of thing. So this event or whatever this is, I think it's going to be quite stressful for you. But it's also going to be stressful for them because I think they're also anticipating people seeing their family in a certain way, and it's a way that they don't like people to see them. So yeah, if this is resonating, I don't think there's anything you can really do about their attitude. They're not going to change, I don't think. I think, you know, yeah, I'm not seeing them changing really. I think you're just going to have to make the best out of this event, actually. Yeah, that's all you can do. You can't really do anything. I don't think you could persuade them or say anything to them. So the last card you have your presence, the Page of Cups. I'm seeing little messages in this card, little messages, not serious messages, just kind of little messages coming from someone. I'm actually seeing little jokes or jokey messages or something. I actually think they might be coming from this person who's thinking about you. Now, what I'm seeing is, again, they don't want to be just friends with you. They know that, and I think they might have even made a promise to themselves that they won't accept anything less than a proper relationship with you. I don't think they've told you that. I don't think they want to tell you that. Their communication is terrible. They should tell you that if that's what they want, because I get frustrated with people who don't say things. But this is what they've told themselves. They've told themselves and they've promised themselves that they want more with you and they're not going to settle for anything less. Now, you know, it's not easy for them. It's not like they're just being annoying and not talking to you, because there's a lot of messiness and a lot of backwards and forwards and things in this. You know, they definitely miss you. They miss having conversations with you. I'm actually seeing them going to message you and then they put their phone down and they change their mind, and, you know, they go backwards and forwards in their minds about you after that. So yeah, it's really complicated. It's on and off, you know that. I can see that. It's difficult for them, but it's also difficult for you in a lot of ways, I think, as well. You might not realize how difficult it is for you, but I think it is, and I think there's something that you need to address, because I don't think, yeah, there's something that you need to address around this as well. And there's something that they need to know from you around this. But at the moment, you're not communicating. Yeah, it's very messy, very complicated. I'm trying to articulate it, but it's very difficult. Yeah, so anyway, the first card you have for your future is Judgment. So yeah, I think this is about the same situation. It's a kind of a mixed up friendship relationship thing. So if this whole thing's resonating with you, at some time you'll probably have to just sit down with them and just be really clear about what you want and get them to be clear about what they want, because otherwise this is just going to keep on going backwards and forwards like this, and it's not going to have any clear direction. You know, the Judgment card is about a great big, you know, moment where the realization hits. you come and you're honest, you're open, like this family who's naked, they're open and honest, and you face the music, and then you change the direction. So that's what has to happen, and to do that, you're going to have some kind of conversation. Now, this is what they really, really need. And I think you might have thought everything was fine with them, but it actually is not, and it never has been with them. It's never been fine. It's never been fine to be friends or friends with benefits or whatever this situation is. They want more than that. They'd like a relationship with you. That's what is really going on deep down with them. That's what I'm seeing here. So they need to know exactly where they are, because I think, yeah, they still have a lot of hope that they're going to be in this proper relationship with you one day. So you're both going to have to come to some kind of clear conclusion around this thing in some way. And you both need that. You both need to be clear with that. The next card you have your future is the Six of Wands. So yeah, this is what I'm seeing when they were doing this kind of, oh, I'm having a good time, I'm having a party kind of thing in the Three of Cups. They were trying to show you they were fine. They were trying to show you they were having a fantastic time. They might have been posting things on social media, I'm sure they would have been, or whatever, and kind of sort of looking as if they were in a victory parade, like the man on this horse. But the reality was, they really felt more like one of the people in the crowd than the person on the horse. So they weren't doing this to show off. They weren't doing this to make you feel bad. They were misguided as far as I can see, because I think if you want to tell someone something, you tell them. They weren't doing any of that. So they were bad communicators. You're not the best either. You don't come out of this without me telling you off. But yeah, I think they were doing this partly because they wanted to convince themselves they're okay. They also hoped that you'd see them and maybe you'd want them back again and you'd really want this relationship with them. So if you do have this talk, and I think you definitely should, try to be as sensitive as you can. There's a lot of deep emotion around them. There's a lot of hurt around them, a lot of confusion around them and everything like that. They're not just game playing. They're just afraid they're going to lose you. So they're afraid of having this conversation because they're afraid you're going to say, no, I don't want you, and they won't see you ever again. That's what they're afraid of. But deep down, they want a relationship with you. But you're going to have some kind of conversation one way or another to either let them go ahead with you in a proper relationship or put them out of their misery. That sounds horrible, I know, but let them go through this, and then so that they can move on properly to someone else or something else. That's what I'm seeing. But be very careful when you talk to them. Be very sensitive. The last card you have for your future is the Nine of Wands. Okay, so I think I don't want you to be angry. Don't be angry. This is what I'm seeing here. If this is all making sense to you, you might have to ask yourself some questions as well. So if you've been happy to be in this on and off, not quite relationship or whatever this is, you know, it's fine to not want a serious relationship. It's fine to not want any relationship. It's fine to be in a friends with benefits if you're both 100% totally happy with that. You're both consensual, whatever. This is not what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a lot of blurred lines. I'm seeing a lot of non-communication, so nobody knows quite where they are. That's not right. So I think you have to ask yourself why you're happy to be in this as well. Because I don't think you were 100% happy with this as well for some reason, deep down, really. You know, maybe it felt safe to you because you didn't have to fully commit and that felt safe. Or it might be because, you know, you're afraid of getting hurt in a real relationship, so you're avoiding that. I don't know why, but I think you have to ask yourself some of these questions. You know, I'm not saying you're a terrible person. Please don't think that. But I think it'd be good for you to think about these things as well and ask yourself these questions about why you found yourself in this situation. And I think it might be a good idea to ask yourself these questions before you have this big talk with this person. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that all makes sense with you, Libra. and I hope this resonated. But as you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. But again, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if that's what you'd like to do. And thank you so much for watching.